And I am super excited to say that this next individual, she was hired from Day of Security. This stuff works. So, hi, Val. I was just giving this big plug. Like,
hello.
It's fantastic. You're on. So, Val, welcome. Thrilled to have you here today. What we're going to do is I'm going to ask you a couple of questions, and any information or insights you could provide would be wonderful. So, Val, tell us your name and your title at Lookout and what you do.
My name is Val Van Sice, and I am a security intelligence researcher here at Lookout. I am on Christina's team, the threat intel team.
Oh, fantastic. And for those of you that were able to listen to Christina's talk, either within the day in life sessions within the hour or prior, she is one of the most famous researchers in the galaxy, full stop. So tell me, Val, what does your job involve? What do you do on a daily basis?
Well, I look for new malware or interesting changes in known malware campaigns. After I find something of interest, I reverse engineer it to understand what is this code trying to do. I look for network and open source intelligence connections to gain insight into who would want to create this malware. And then I write about what I've found. On my team, our roles are a little unique in that we're both threat hunters and reverse engineers. These are often separate roles at other places.
And tell me about your journey to get to Lookout. Tell me how you got started in the field.
Well, in a past life, I used to teach creative problem solving and effective communication. I knew I wanted to change, but I didn't know what I was gonna, what was that? I didn't know. In the meantime, I needed to sign up for healthcare, and I did that on the healthcare.gov site. It was kind of new at that time. I later read the Electronic Frontier Foundation's article that all of that data, income, age, pregnancy status, more, it was all sent off to 14 different marketers.
Exactly.
And the thing is, nobody would ever fill out a health insurance form with 14 different people standing behind you watching you. No one would ever do that.
Right.
So I still can't understand those choices, but okay. At that time, I felt so betrayed that it was the beginning of me breaking my own computer to understand, like, how is this even a thing?
Yeah.
So from there, I've always been interested in people's, privacy and security, and how do you protect that?
Yeah.
So that's how I got here.
And with your journey, how did you, in addition to breaking your computer, how did you go about learning more about the field and the industry?
That is a good question. So I knew that I didn't know what I needed to know in order to do this work. And so how was I gonna learn those things? And it's a great idea to be in a room full of people that are smarter than you, because then you can learn from them.
Absolutely. It's hard. It's hard to do. You know what I mean? Feel comfortable in that presence, but you're right. You learn a lot.
So I went to local meetup information security groups, and one of the guys there was like, hey, I'm doing this project. It was Give Camp, which is this volunteer project where it's like essentially a weekend hackathon where these nonprofits have applied in advance. And then these developers build them web apps in a weekend to solve whatever they applied for, whatever help they requested.
Yeah.
And as you can imagine, something that you build in a weekend is not really that secure all the time. And then my friend, right, exactly what you're thinking, that is what it was. So my friend was like, hey, listen, I'm putting together the security contingent, and we're going to take a look at like how secure these web apps are. for the nonprofits that have requested help.
Yeah.
And so I was like, well, I don't know how to do that, but will you let me tag along? And he was like, yes.
Ah,
And it was so kind. It was
yeah.
so generous and so kind. And actually everybody was so generous and so kind. And it was a little intimidating, like people mentioned, because it was pretty, like it was mostly men. There's a couple of us women in that circle.
Yeah.
Of just local information security folks.
Yeah.
But like in my opinion, the group is fantastic. They were very, very welcoming when I was very new and super helpful. Yeah.
That's great. And now that you have the role with us, what is the hardest part about your job right now?
Well, you need to be able to tolerate ambiguity.
Yeah.
Like Christina mentioned, sometimes you don't get the answer. Like you look and you spend a lot of time and effort and energy into figuring out who would do a thing like this.
Yeah.
And sometimes like you don't get a name. You get good indicators, you get clues, and you have to say this is an indicator, this is a clue. But it's not a hard and fast conclusion. And so you have to tolerate ambiguity. Yeah,
it's very, very true. And you're right, that is very difficult because we all show up for work wanting to feel purposeful, right? And wanting to feel like we're doing the work that we're asked. And I know in your role, it's, patience. It is, this will come in time. Like Christina mentioned, it's putting together the puzzle pieces, right? Which it is hard to do, absolutely hard to do. So advice that you would give to somebody who has just come out of a boot camp, a cybersecurity boot camp, and is interested in breaking in to the field, aside from applying to the posted jobs at Lookout. You can find them at lookout.com/careers and on the Day of Security job posting site. Aside from that, what else would you recommend that new folks do?
I have two pieces of advice. The first piece of advice is go make some friends.
Yeah.
When I first, was in undergrad and my professors were like, go out there and network. And I felt really uncomfortable with that. And today I can articulate that the reason I felt uncomfortable with that was because it felt transactional. So my advice is like, forget that. Just like go make friends. Go make friends before you need them. Maybe you never need them, but maybe you do, or maybe they need you. And the thing with that is they will let you know about job opportunities, maybe even at their own companies. But also, you want to know if a certain company is not a great employer, and they will also like let you know, listen, they've got a track record of not being very nice over there.
Right.
You want to know. You want to know those things, and having a network of friends that you can ask things that you're not going to find that from Glassdoor. You're just not. It's not present there. And when you're on the outside looking in and trying to get to know the culture of a company, your friend network is probably going to be the best
for sure.
Source that you've got. And my second piece of advice is go do a thing. So go make friends and go do a thing. And that thing.
I'm going to go do that. I'm going to tell my boss, I'm going to go do a thing. I don't know what my thing is yet, but I'm going to do that thing. But yes, that's wonderful. So
that thing, it can be build a thing, it can be break a thing, it can be analyze a thing, but go do a thing. And the reason that you want to do that is you will learn, firstly, whether you like that thing or not. If you don't like it, walk away. It's your free time. Find something that you do like, And also, InfoSec is so big. It's like medicine. There's podiatry, there's neurosurgery, there's psychiatry. It's big. And there's a lot of different areas in InfoSec. And so, some exploration through doing a project is a great way to know. The other reason to start doing projects is because technical interviews are intimidating.
Yes, they are.
Have something to talk about.
We make it very comfortable, and you'll love your experience. shameless plug. So no, I agree with you. And Val, I'm sorry to cut us short. We
It's all right.
have, we highly recommend that all of you join us at the main stage, where there's going to be a riveting conversation about landing your dream job, which Val has already done, and how to negotiate a great offer, which Val has already done. So Val, thank you again. And to all of you, we will be back right after our next session on the main stage. So Val, thank you, thank you. See you all soon.
See you there.
Okay.